what happens sort of after your course? Can you talk us through, the structure after? I think is it FY1, F1 or FY2 that you do?
Yeah. So
could you talk just so that people have an idea of what happens after the course, and when they can start to sort of think about either specialising or becoming a GP or.
Do you want to do it? Should I?
Oh, go for it.
So you have either 5 or 6 years of med school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of that, you're a doctor. You have graduated, you're a doctor, fine. You have to do 2 years for the NHS as a foundation year doctor. So that's FY1, foundation year 1, and then foundation year 2. So you're placed somewhere in the country, and you have placement, you're working as a doctor, you're a junior doctor.
When you say you're placed, is that anonymously, or are there more tests for that?
Basically, I think the system's changing now, so we're not too sure. But
we'll talk about the system now, but right now it depends on how well you did at med school.
And and then basically in final year you do another exam called the situational judgment test, which is very similar again to the UCAS. So this theme of abstract understanding of reasoning and stuff always comes up. So you do that exam in final year, and essentially where you're placed is half of your SJT and then half of how you've done in med school. So those come together, and then you get given a ranking, and then you rank all the hospitals you want to go to, all the specialties you want to go to, and then based on how well you did, then you end up going there.
That's how it is right now, but that could be changing.
Yeah.
So you do your placement for 2 years, and then you sort of join a specialty program, depending on which kind of route you want to go down. In terms of when you decide that, I have no idea what I want to do going forward. I know foundation year doctors in their second year of training that still don't know what they want to do. So there's no sort of pressure in deciding. Unless you want to be a surgeon, or you want to do something very competitive in med school, you want to do it, then okay, fine. You can do all the extra things that you want to do throughout med school.
And then I know a lot of people, sorry to cut you off, have been taking an F3 year as well. So you've done F1 and F2, and now you're basically on the register and you're a qualified doctor in the sense. And then you can do another year where you're doing agency work essentially. So you might work in A&E for a little bit. Some people travel for a little bit. And then you can have more tasters of different specialties that you may not have experienced in your previous years. And then once you're done with your foundation years, then you begin specialty training. So GP, I think, is the shortest.
Yeah, GP is the shortest, around 3 years. And you,
that's what I was going to ask about. Is the path different for?
The path is very, depending on what specialty you choose. So GP is one of the shorter ones. Within 3 years, you're a qualified GP.
Right.
But other than that, it sort of depends. Do you want to do medicine? Do you want to do surgery? If you want to do surgery, you go obviously down the surgery route. If you want to do medicine, then there's loads of specialties that you can choose from, and they sort of all have a training program. A lot of them are centralized, and then you go off into your branches.
But all in all, it will be around about 7 to 9 years before you're a consultant. So that's why typically consultants are quite odd when you see them. And as well as that, people don't run through completely, so they won't leave med school, do F1, F2, start specialty training straight away. People may take breaks, people might they do loads of things, maybe go into academia for a little bit. People might have kids, leave medicine, come back. So you'll see people from all walks of life essentially who end up becoming a consultant at some point. But yeah, all in all, I think the youngest you could potentially be is 32 or something, roughly.
So finish med school around 23, 24. By 26, you've done your around 33, 34. I think is the youngest you could be.
The youngest you'd be as a consultant, and that's having no breaks. Which would be tough.
That's a very long time. You're talking, well over a decade, isn't it?
Yeah, essentially.
It's a long time. Isn't it even longer in the States?
In the States, they do med school quite differently.
Yeah.
So how we have sixth form and then we start med school at 18. They have college for I think 4 years when they leave high school at 18. So when they start medical school at
they
20.
have their minor and then they major in something.
Yeah, they start med school at 22 or something like that. It's weird. But I'm not too sure about the American system. All I know is from what I've seen on Grey's Anatomy.
Thanks for watching this clip of the Education Lounge podcast. To watch another clip, click up here or here. To watch the full episode, click somewhere down here. And don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps the algorithm.
The Education Lounge podcast.